Here we are, finally. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's fresh off the cringiest anniversary stream you've ever seen. Am I right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Holy shit, what did I just witness? That is what we are all asking ourselves right now, huh? Let's just turn the music off for a second while I go over the main things that they said. I mean, holy shit, there's a lot to digest. How are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. My god. Okay, so we had a look at the new chapter, the new survivor, the new killer, the new map, the new sci-fi approach to the game, which they were very, very proud in showing. But that's not what got me pissed off. What got me pissed off was the anti-camping mechanic, the new anti-camping mechanic, which is coming to the game very soon, as they said. They laid it out pretty clearly, and I want to give you my opinion on that matter specifically, because I think it's the highlight of the whole thing. So sure, they showed a few cosmetics. They said that they secured a couple of big licenses. It may be FNAF, it may be Jason, it may be anything really. But again, what I'm personally interested in is the loot, Rudog. I'm interested in the anti-face camp mechanic. Now, here's the thing. I think the whole idea of the survivors not being able to do anything about someone face camping is it's a false pretext. Okay. It's essentially a non-existing argument. The only killer in the game who can truly face camp without the survivors being able to do anything about it is Bubba, Leatherface. He's the only killer who can completely prevent a save from happening. Now, you could argue a tier 3 Myers, maybe a Hillbilly, but truth be told, the only killer who can truly face camp without the survivors being able to do anything is only Bubba. So I think it's a way smaller problem than they want to make it out to be. Okay, so I don't think we even need this kind of system in the game, even though they believe it will be healthy and in the long run will improve things. But I disagree, because the way they're approaching it is wrong. The way they're approaching it is flawed. Okay, so with that out the way, so first off, there is no such thing as face camping anymore, because if there's more than one survivor at the hook, what happens is the grabbing game starts. So it's essentially a challenge between the survivors and the killer. The killer's trying to grab people while they're trying to save, and the survivors are trying to pick the right time to grab the survivor off the hook, the teammate off the hook. So essentially, the anti-camping thing that they're doing is completely going to kill this part of DBD, the grab game, essentially. So grab game is dead. So their whole idea is to kill the grab game, which is such a fucking shame, because it's fun. It's fucking fun. And again, there's only one killer who can truly face camp. Any other killer, you can outplay them. Any other killer in the game, there's always a way to outplay them, okay? Like, even if it's a tier 3 Myers, he's tier 3, I mean, I guess, unless it's an infinite tier 3. So it's just a bad approach. So let me explain it to you, although you already know. So essentially what happens is, if you are close to the hook, if you are camping a survivor and you're close to the hook, there will be a bar which will slowly fill. And when it's full, the survivor can self-unhook. They can unhook themselves just like you would if you had Deliverance. So essentially, it's like giving Deliverance base kit. Now, they did mention that if other survivors are within the range, the bar will fill slower. But they didn't specify how quick the bar fills by default and how much slower it becomes if another teammate is in the area. Now, another thing worth mentioning, okay? There's another thing worth mentioning. You know what's ironic as fuck? Is that the survivors already have tools against this. Multiple tools. There's reassurance, there's kinship, there's fucking being smart and doing gens. Like, there's a multitude of things you can do. You can outplay the killer and get the save anyway. They don't need this mechanic. It's just so unnecessary. It takes away the grab game. It kills the grab game. It makes a horror game seem a fucking joke, even more of a joke than it already is, even more of a meme than it already is, and it just kills a big part of the game, which is the grab game. It's just, there's no good reason to add this. It's just a bad idea. It's bad design. It's just bad design. So yeah, again, to reiterate, Bubba is the only killer who can truly face camp. Anyone else, you can still get the save, no problem. If you know how to play the game, it's not a problem. You have 2 survivors going for the save, 1 teammate on the hook, 1 guy on the gens, no problem. You know, I mean, all you need to do to figure that out is just watch me stream. If you watch me stream, you'll realize that that is the case. Anyway, moving on. That's why I don't think it's necessary. It's just a very, very bad decision. Now, I'm not just gonna badmouth their ideas. I want to offer my solution to the problem. So this is what I would do. So if I were the game designer for DBD, how would I address the face camping problem? Now, again, as I said earlier, I don't think that anything fundamentally drastic is necessary. But if I had to do something, I would do something very simple, which has already been suggested by many people before years and years and years ago, which is a pretty simple change, a very simple one. Like, you don't need to go crazy and say, oh, let's give people free deliverance, free fucking deliverance. Oh, by the way, they said it doesn't work when the gens are powered. Wow, it doesn't work when the gens are powered, though. Yeah, okay, kiss my fucking ass. Okay, so, but I digress. What I would do is simply don't allow killers to use their killer power while they're, I don't know, 6 meters within the hook range. It's very, very simple. And by the way, some killers already have this built in. Think of the artist. Think of the skull merchant. Skull merchant can't place her drone next to a hook. So all it would take is to not allow the killer to use his killer power if he's too close to the hook. So if you're Bubba, you can camp, but only proxy camp from a certain distance. If you're a tier 3 Myers and you're camping, then your insta-down has no effect. It's just a basic mouse 1. So essentially what you want to do is to force killers to only mouse 1 when they're near the hook. You don't need to go crazy and give people fucking S-tier base kit perks for free. All you need to do is do that simple change and everything will be fine, because at that point, the grab game is still there. The best the killer can do is a mouse 1 or a grab, and that's all there is. So you keep the grab game intact. It's a very simple change. You can't abuse the killer power when you're too close to the hook, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else. It is that simple. But somehow they don't get it. Like, somehow they don't get it. Hello, Paulie. What about Haggard Trapper? Same story. You cannot place traps too close to the hook. You can't do that already. I mean, you could increase that range a little bit more so you can trap, so you need to trap even further away. But basically, that's the gist of it. The gist of it is just don't allow killers to use their power when they're within 6 to 8 meters of the hooked survivor. That's all it takes. It's a very simple change, and that's all that it needs. Anything else is just BS and a big exaggeration. I think they're trying to tidy up their act for when the new chapter drops. So when our old friend Nicolas Cage comes to the game, they want the game to look pretty and camp-free, you know, so everyone has fun. Yeah, pity the game isn't fucking balanced, though. So, I mean, they forgot about that part. Well, not to mention, Survivor Friends, dude. Survivor Friends is going to abuse the shit out of this mechanic, out of the anti-camp. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I mean, if you watch these streams, if these streams are a testament to how the game's balanced, then holy shit. Can you imagine the teams I go against with the extra help of having a system like that where they can just save themselves from the hook? It's crazy. Like, what are these devs smoking? Jesus Christ, like, they're so disconnected from reality. Like, you can tell just by watching the stream that none of them, I mean, I don't want to say none of them play the game, but none of them play the game at a high level. I can fucking, dude, hand on fire, I bet none of them play the game at a high level. They just don't. They just don't. Because if they did that, they'd understand, they would have come to the same conclusion me and many other people have, which is the one I just said, essentially. So there you go. That's my opinion on the changes, the proposed anti-face camp mechanic. I know, it took a while to explain, but there you go. The survivors already have tools against camping and tunneling. Reassurance, kinship, doing gens. The only killer who can face camp is Leatherface. Just don't allow them to use the killer power next to the hook. That's it.